So I had a thought. What if I made a Disney princess themed birthday cake for a 4-year-old? Hey guys, it is my first video on this channel, and I just realized that I never even introduced myself to you guys. Fantastic. Anyways, my name is Rochelle, and I am really glad that you're here. Let's get to the cake. So I thought that we would start things off a little bit simply here on this channel, because I have to bake a cake, and I kind of want to show you what's going to happen. When I was living alone in a different province, I was trying out different hobbies, trying to see if something would stick. And there was a period of time I went through where I was decorating cakes. And it was a very fun period of my life, but it's a period that has not been visited in about 5 years. So I got into cake decorating thanks to YouTube and a channel called How to Cake It with Yolanda. And she was making so many cool creations, and I was like, I want to do that too. So I think today we're just gonna give it a whirl, see if it's just like riding a bike and it all comes back. And honestly, this is kind of surreal because when I was younger, I did used to play like I was on a cooking show, and I would portion out my ingredients in their little dishes and pretend like I was talking to someone on the other side of the counter. So I'm just actually reliving little Rochelle's fantasy here. And we're gonna put it on the internet. Okay, so I actually do have all of my ingredients measured out into their little bowls. My butter, eggs, and milk are at room temperature. My oven is preheating. Okay, timing. So let's just get started. Okay, I do have my iPad here with Yolanda's recipe open because your girl does not remember a damn thing about this whole process. So we're just gonna follow along and see how we do. It looks like we start with our dry ingredients. That is our all-purpose flour, baking powder, and salt. Now she says to sift the flour. I don't know where my bigger sieve is, so I'm not gonna sift this, but I think I am gonna mix them in a larger bowl and like whisk them to kind of break up any clumps and aerate it a little bit, which I think is the point of sifting anyways. Okay, so I definitely thought about running an extension cord to this island so that I could have my stand mixer over here, but that just felt like a little bit excessive. So I got the bowl here, and we are just going to beat together our butter, sugar, and vanilla on medium speed till light and fluffy for about 8 minutes. And I remember when baking these cakes, the amount of mixing time for creaming the butter and sugar was something I had never experienced, like just running the mixer for 10 minutes straight. But honestly, I do think it makes a difference, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so now that our butter sugar mixture has well and truly whipped, it's time to add the dry ingredients as well as the wet ingredients. Ignore me, I skipped a step because I don't focus well. Before adding the dry ingredients and the milk, we are actually going to add in the eggs. And that's why we don't add it when the mixer's going too fast. It's time to add the dry ingredients as well as the wet ingredients, which is milk. And the way Yolanda does it is to alternate between the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients, starting with the dry, then wet, then dry, then wet, then dry. And that just helps it all emulsify better, because if you just start with the milk straight into the fat, it's not really mixing that great and it's gonna start splashing everywhere. So we are gonna do as Yolanda does and start with the dry. Okay, I definitely don't remember this being this messy, and filming yourself baking is hard. So I think if you guys want to try a cake like this, maybe go watch How to Cake It. I think you'll have a better understanding of what's going on here than if you were to just watch this. But anyways, so I've got my batter mixed, and now it's time to put it into our cake pans and bake it. Since I made enough batter for 2 cakes, I'm weighing out the batter to make sure I distribute it equally between my pans so they bake evenly and I end up with the same size cakes. And one final step she does before putting her cakes into the oven is to kind of swirl it around with a knife and give it a couple bangs on the counter. And that helps to bring the air bubbles up to the surface so that they will pop in the oven and the cake that you're left with is nice and dense, you know, so it doesn't have a big old air pocket in it. Smart. Okay, so we just made 2 8-inch pans, and according to this chart that I would always reference from her, you are looking at about 3 pounds of cake batter per tin. So I made 6 pounds, and that's probably why my mixer was struggling and things were flying out of it. Maybe next time, make it in 2 batches. But I actually have 2 whole other cakes to make. So I wanted to get these in the oven so I could get working on those. It's all right, I just have some flour to clean up. It's not the end of the world. I'll go ahead and link that chart down below, but as always, check out how to cake it because I don't really know how to cake it, to be honest. This cake is for my niece, and the whole thing was my brother's idea. So he came over with his family to help bring the cake to life, which my cat Lou was not exactly excited about. Hi, Lou. You hungry? It's a nice shot. I like it. Can you see that I'm not wearing pants? Using my favorite little ruler, I marked out where I wanted to cut off the top of the cakes. And tried to make slow, even cuts with a large serrated knife to get all the way through. I'm definitely out of practice, so the first one wasn't really that even. Once the top was off, I used the same method to cut each of my cakes into 2 even layers. My brother supplied the princess cutouts that he had ordered online. I mixed up a big batch of buttercream, not the Italian meringue buttercream that Yolanda swears by, which I used to make for the cakes, and it was delicious, don't get me wrong, but the taste of that is a little more subtle, and this cake was for children, so I went straight icing sugar and butter. The goal was to tint the buttercream a matching color to each of the princesses and use different piping tips to give them all unique dresses. Luckily, I still had all of my old piping tips.
That looks like it matches.
All right.
Dolly is green.
Was this Rapunzel? Rapunzel. I'm gonna try. So what do we think? Is it a decent match for Rapunzel? The birthday girl was definitely eager to help out.
My shoes are already almost done. Is that my cake? Can I open my cake? Open my cake.
Okay, 1 second. She was so excited, she was doing little tippy taps with her feet, and her older sister wanted to get in on the action too.
I see all the icing.
Yeah, come around.
Can I see all the icing?
Yeah.
Who's hosting the like?
Daddy, this is Tiana, and this is
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel, and this is
So,
You get that from Moana.
Moana.
Her favorite princess at the moment is Aurora, so she was more than happy to help mix up the pink icing. The simple syrup I had made earlier had cooled by now, so I sprinkled it on the cake layer to help keep it moist. I added a layer of buttercream for the filling, another layer of cake and some more simple syrup, more buttercream, so on and so forth. And then I crumb coated the outside and popped it in the fridge to chill.
Talia,
Yeah.
do you have to go to the washroom?
No. The icing is falling off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. Okay, come. They're going to the playground.
Can I go to the playground?
Do you have to go to the washroom?
No!
Are you sure? Okay, go.
Thank you for your help.
Bye, cat. Bye, fish.
It was decided that the base color for the cake was going to be the birthday girl's favorite color. So I tinted what was left of the buttercream, and it was time to ice the cake.
I did it like a drum.
Okay, you ready? You're gonna spread it.
Okay.
What with this one?
Okay.
Too hard.
Spread it.
Can I help you?
Okay.
All right. No, you can hold it. So we're just gonna
I could do it. I could do it by
be
myself.
very gentle, okay? Oh.
Good job.
I'm spinning it around so
Spreading
I can
and
do it.
spitting action. Very nice. Like professional.
Where have you
That's
worked
not
before?
an easy thing to do.
No.
Girl. Oh, maybe this is your calling. Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah.
You want some more on top?
Yes.
Yeah, spin. Yeah.
Ooh, Princess Day.
Okay.
These ones.
Taste it. Taste it. It's good.
It's very good.
Can I do it? Can I do it?
You want to try the side?
Just taste it.
Alright. Oop. You take this and you put it on the side, okay?
Okay. This way.
On the side of the cake.
Okay.
Yeah. I added the second tier and I iced that too.
Yeah.
Look at it all.
Make it all pink.
And after some final consultation on princess placement, it was time for the magic to happen. Okay, just to be clear, the majority of cake decorating I did back in the day involved rolling out fondant, so I was never actually very good at piping. But I feel like my skills were extra rusty that day. As you might know, fashion isn't really one of my passions, but it was pretty fun planning out what each of the princesses' outfit was gonna look like. Jasmine's pants. Ariel, that's the best one. I like it. We're getting there. Maybe I just need more practice. Like, don't look at this one, but like, that one's pretty cool. You know? I think that one's my favorite. Yeah. We added some little purple stars to fill in some of the space between princesses.
I'm done splatting this already.
You're done splatting it?
Yes.
Well, you've done a very, very good job of splatting that up. That's amazing.
Now what should I do next?
What should you do next? That's a good question. We shall find something.
Okay.
It's party day, and I have to figure out how to get this cake over to their house in one piece. I think I have some cardboard. It might even be somewhat of the right size for a box. I don't know. Hold on. Okay. I have an actual, like, mailing, moving, and storage box here. 18 by 18 by 24. The cake board, I think, is a 12-inch round, so this might be a little bit big. Do I cut it down? Do I make my own custom-sized box? Do I trust that if I put this in a big-ass box, it'll be fine? Right? The box is just to, like, keep car nastiness off of the cake. Possibly slightly excessive. This bungee cord I normally use to strap my toolbox in the car. So versatile.
Whoa, you really made the balloon arch.
Made? No, I birthed her.
Anyways, all that I needed to do now is to insert the princess cutouts into their appropriate bottom halves, which was a lot easier since the cake had come back to room temperature in transport.
And the birthday girl.
And this is how all the princesses turned out. I just wanted to know what you think.
What's this? Let's bring the cake. Elsa's dress, Anna's dress, Jasmine's dress, Aurora's dress,
All the princesses?
and Rapunzel, Ariel, Merida, Belle, Moana, Rapunzel, that's it. Happy birthday, dear Talia. Happy birthday to you.
What'd you think of your cake? Fist bump?
Good.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
I want to sip inside Talia. Talia's my favorite.
You look very cute, Talia.